Ugh. I do not know. Well, I can still change that. That's something. Ah. I do not know how I'm feeling. I'm kind of feeling like a bit tired, but I can't go to sleep right now because I've got like a bunch of food in me. So I'm just trying to figure out kind of what to do. Like I will stay and chat with people if basically I get a good topic to talk about. I'm going to be very busy over the next couple of days on account of my mother is here and she's here for a visit to Christmas shop and hang out and stuff. So I have to go hang out with her in the daytime. And also, she has commissioned me to do some artwork. And artwork that I'm not entirely happy with, it's finished. It just, like, I've done the shading for it, and it looks smudgy and just not. I'm just not happy with it. Something weird is going on with the paper or something. Like, it's too porous, you know? It's too rough and porous. It's good for like pen sketches and even painting and stuff. But even though on the cover of this plain paper pad, it has like an illustration all done in pencil, it looks a bit too perfect, you know, compared to what I've managed to get out of the paper. And yes, there's a degree of I'm not that great of an artist kind of situation going on, and I get that, but I have done better drawings on that thing, well, on my normal pad than I have on this thing. And I've been working my ass off to basically get this picture right and these pictures right. And yeah, it looks awful, you know. It looks like somebody like a 12-year-old or something could have drawn that, and it's just like yeah. I know that's my own biased opinion, but it just yeah. Anyway, like those are my worries. I will keep talking about this until um like I get a recommendation of what to do. Oh, not just this. I'll talk about other things, but mostly this. Um, yes, in the next like day, like tomorrow, I have to finish that picture, which is almost completely done anyway, and also do another picture of another dog, which is no big deal. And it doesn't really have to be done. That picture doesn't really have to be done until um, Thursday. I want to say Thursday. So I do have a little bit of extra time. But like I said, that means that I will be busy during those times. So yeah. How you doing? But yeah, apart from that stuff, I don't really have anything else to talk about. Went out for dinner tonight. I broke a chair. That was funny. That was fun. Funny. Um. Yeah. Oh, I don't know why the universe is fucking with me again, but also I had an abscess on my leg, kind of like right on the inside of my upper leg. Like it was right there. And just before I was getting ready to actually go out to dinner tonight, it decided to bleed, which is super fun, super duper fun. Like that's the time it decided that it's just gonna have like bloody stains on my clothes. Awesome. So that's been fun. Every time I change my position in my chair, it's like, ow, what the, oh yeah, you know. So anyway, that's what I've got going on. What about you guys? What about you, Don? Have you gotten over? Oh, fuck off! Just when I'm talking, have you gotten over your sink and your like cleaning supply drama? Oh, another thing is that like a few days ago, I think it was like right after the live stream last time, I went to bed and in my sleep I sneezed, woke myself up because I had severely bitten my tongue, and all on this side of my tongue is still numb because I destroyed it so badly. Oh, it's so annoying. I took a sick day because I couldn't sleep. Got my hair cut at least. Is that a dig? I feel like that's a dig at me somehow. It's like I showered yesterday and already it's gone and done the curly thing. It's got all curly and wavy. It's just. Eh. My mum loves my hair. She loves my long hair as an adult. I always think this is hilarious. Just like it is that funny, you know, in my head at least, it's this funny. Only because when I was a child, all the way up until I moved out, my mum hated long hair. She hated it. She absolutely hated it. See, that's what somebody else said. It's like statuesque or something. Somebody else said that. I was like, it's Irish curls. It's just that it's not red. If my hair was fully red, then yeah, my hair is actually like incredibly dark red. Like it's just in the winter it goes darker, in the summer it goes lighter. You can kind of see there's a stripe of red in my beard, especially in the sunlight and stuff, but it's weird. Hair is weird, you know. At the moment it's actually currently going a little bit like you can kind of make out there's like one or two really obvious gray strands, and it's like, ew, I like that. But yeah, it's not it's not. It's only because I don't do anything to my hair, and in the past, in the ancient past, they didn't really do anything to their hair either. You know, if somebody basically had straight hair or like like completely flat tidy looking hair, you have to be suspicious of that person because that probably means that they had lice recently. And do you know why we know this? It's because that's the only time they ever put anything in their fucking hair. You know, it's just a European kind of thing that happens to hair, you know, and it's like, yeah, it's the Irish curls. But I did tell people that like when my hair grows out, it goes from being like it looks like it's straight, but it's not straight. It's actually just, they're just big curls. It's kind of like the beard. The beard is like the beard hair. It doesn't grow straight. It's just that it grows in tighter curls. It's like little tiny tight curls, whereas the beard is bigger curls. Yeah. Fuzzy fluffy. I'm talking about hair. But feel free to change the subject at any time. But yeah. Anyway, yes, my mum, she loves my long hair, and she keeps reminding me that like women would kill for my hair, because all I have to do to make it look like this, you know, voluminous and bouncy and slightly curly and stuff like that, is not shower for a day. Because I haven't showered today. I showered yesterday. Even coming out of the shower, it's not really that. It kind of just dries like this anyway. Like tomorrow, it's going to look a bit shiny. And it's going to feel a little bit greasy, even though it's not really greasy. But it's going to feel a little bit greasy. And then I'm going to shower. But yeah. It's only just starting to do the, like, you know, when I shake my head, it does the lifting up thing. Like if you put that in slow motion, then you can actually see it kind of doing the thing instead of the just staying what it is. It's a big time saver. When I get out of the shower, I do the dog shake, and then like yeah. I know, I'm a giant dog. I get it. Oh, he's a giant dog. I have doodly hair. It's like in my own personal. Oh wow, okay. I did not notice the grey on this side, like a strip of it. Is it the red hairs that are going grey faster than the regular hairs? Maybe because my moustache has got a lot of grey hairs. Yes, in my own personal mythology, if basically my dad is Father Christmas / Santa, whatever, and one of the origin stories for Santa, the Nordic Santa anyway, is that basically he is a distant relative of like Odin. I can't remember the way that it is without looking up again, but like the Nordic Santa, the Nordic version of the Nordic god version of Santa is essentially a is essentially a kind of like the Nordic god version of a genie, and he basically is descended from like giants and giants, dwarves, which just makes him normal sized, which is funny. Giants, dwarves, and the gods, the Aesir. Like, so somewhere along his origin is Santa. And I like to believe that the Nordic gods are somehow related also to the Greek pantheon, kind of like the ancient gods, the I can never remember the name of the original religion. You know, the Babylonian religions and stuff. Like, it's basically like their gods were celestial beings that the Greeks kind of like integrated into their mythology as kind of like the Titan gods, you know? So essentially, the Greek gods also were integrated into the Norse religion as well, so that they are also part of that pantheon, but they are just like distantly related, kind of almost God of War style, you know? Oh my god. So, in my personal mythology, if Santa is actually my secret father, then that would mean that I am related to some of the Greek gods, which explains the hair. Because I keep getting told, and like two people, okay, keep getting told. Two people have mentioned that I have kind of like Poseidon or Zeus like hair. So mostly Poseidon because like Zeus is fully grey most of the time, fully grey or white haired. So yeah, I'm not there yet. So yeah. Plus, I do like Poseidon the best. Poseidon's the best. See, I knew I could connect my hair to Greek gods in some way, to mythology and stuff in some way. I can always find a way to talk about Greek gods. I can connect like dots until I can get to talking about either mythology or Star Trek engineering stuff. You know, I'm really good at that. We could definitely do nerd talk. We can definitely do nerd talk. Like all of my favorite people haven't seen any of the latest Star Trek stuff. You know, I can't talk to them about it, and it's really annoying because I love talking to them about it. And as previous said in a previous stream, I have the nerd group, Space Friends, the Space Friends, like we call each other. Somebody really likes Lower Decks, and they wanted to call us the Science Besties. And I was like, well, that's only very niche because only two of us have basically like really, only two of us like Lower Decks. For some reason, it was just me and him. The rest of us, basically, well, half of us then, because there's like four of us, 4 or 5 of us, Jesus, and like the other 3 don't like Lower Decks for various different reasons. I can list them if you want me to keep talking. See, I found out the other day Star Trek Nemesis came out between Harry Potter and Hunger Games movies. I don't care about either of those franchises, but that's interesting. I could talk about Star Trek Nemesis. Star Trek Nemesis is such a missed opportunity. Just there's some really stellar parts in Star Trek Nemesis, but the other day somebody did point out how like there's a bunch of missed opportunities, and they essentially kind of like pointed me to a YouTube video that kind of like fixed Star Trek Nemesis, and I was like, oh my god, yes, that would be awesome. It wouldn't take that much as well, you know. It's so uncool. Ugh. Yeah, like there's like I mean, I could go through those as well. Okay, so we have the big badass ship and everything. Um, and what you should have done was have basically the fighters, the fighters that we see in the giant fuck off ship. We should have seen like those earlier to set up to set up like them being used later, you know. So they should be kind of like escorting the Enterprise or something, like just have a couple of them escorting the Enterprise into a nice parking orbit, and then have them conveniently like cloak or just disappear mysteriously or whatever, you know, while they do their kind of like tactic of making the Enterprise wait, you know. Just do that. And that would that's all you need. That's all you need to set them up. That's all you need to set them up. Like, because at the moment, like it was pointed out in the video, and my friend was telling me about how it was, they kind of come out of nowhere, and they're not really used for anything besides just like a quick escape. And even then, it kind of makes no sense that the entire ship gets beamed. But whatever. So like you could do that, and you can use them more, you know. It just feels like they were meant to be used more, and maybe they was, but they felt incredibly underused. Like, also there's the other thing of like Picard is in the pilot seat ramming through the ship, even though he doesn't know where everything is in the ship. So it should be Data in charge of the engines, but they wanted Picard to be the one that drives something fast, even though Data could have done it better. Whatever. And Picard should have been the one that fired the weapons of the ship, right? Right. Like that would have been better. Also, don't make him. I actually, no, that's not a point. I just realized my friend is wrong. Like the way that like Shinzon says that he's going to go to the Federation, or at least he makes it look like he's going to go to Earth and use the big radiation weapon to basically like just wipe out the Earth, you know, wipe out all life on the Earth. Just do that, you know. The original point my friend was making was that he doesn't need to go there. He doesn't have, you know, what does he have against the Earth? Nothing. He doesn't have anything against the Earth. You know, it's pointless. It's just a threat. You know, it's like it's just to raise the stakes a little bit, because the Earth is something that the audience knows about. So yeah, it's kind of like, well, you know, the Enterprise has to go stop him. And I should have said to him that, yeah, he says all of this. He's not actually going to do it. He's just saying this so that the Enterprise would be drawn out into a vulnerable position so that they can then attack it. Like, I should have said that. God damn it. There's the obvious kind of like, where the fuck is that giant chasmous pit in the middle of at the bottom, because it's stated that they're at the bottom of the ship. There's just this huge cavernous emptiness that goes on forever. So yeah, it's kind of like Discovery and their turbo lift shafts and how they're bullshit. Whatever. There's like that. There's lots of stuff that's wrong with Nemesis. There's lots of stuff that's wrong with Nemesis. The awesome bit is the space fight. Like, that space fight was the best depiction of a Star Trek space fight ever. And it might have something to do with the fact that it's got my favorite of the Romulan ships. Like the Valar class is, yeah, sometimes called the Vardwar class, but I feel like that's just somebody mishearing it, including me at the time. For the longest time, I called it the Vardwar class, and I was like, well, that sounds right. But yeah. Like, I fucking love that fight, that space fight with the Valar class Klingon Romulan ships. You're like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Lots of people keep like saying it's like, well, you know, these are two of the most advanced Romulan ships ever. What about the Shins? Is it called the Shinzon? What about the Shinzon, the ship that's named after the guy that's or the guy that's named after? What about that one? Like, do you have another one? It's a class of ship. Is it the only one? Is it the only class of ship of that ship? You just get another one of those. You are the Romulans. You built it. It's not a Reman specific ship. You know, it's a Romulan ship. The layout of the ship itself is even very Romulan. So why not just have another one of those? I never liked the Shinzon class ship. It looks fucking awesome when it's like wings are deployed, but when it's not deployed, it kind of just looks a bit too chunky and obvious, you know. It's like the Romulan ships are more sleek, and they're kind of like they're big, and they're kind of like they're almost ornamental, you know. They're almost ornate in their bird-like designs. Think of the Dideridex. I mean, that thing's humongous, gigantic. It's got the feeling of being several buildings, which it is, but also it's like it's got sweeping curves, and it's got a real kind of like an architectural language to it. It's really beautifully designed, if not a bit dated now, but even then I like it. You know, the Valor class is they're still pretty big. They have the same kind of like architectural language of the Romulans, and like they look beautiful too. But that thing's so angular and pointy and obvious with, you know, it's like, where are its booster rockets? So they're those two big giant things on the back, you know. It's, yeah, just the internal layout though is very Romulan. It's a thing. I don't like the 2009 films. I don't like them. You know, I don't like the JJ, like the JJ verse, or what do they call it now, the Kelvin timeline and stuff. I don't like it. It's too pandering. It's too pandering. It's too obvious. I keep saying that. It's too brain hurty. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it without basically like going into a whole hour long spiel about how this just doesn't feel like Star Trek to me. It's trying so hard, like a for effort. You know, I like that they are trying that hard. You know, it's really trying to push it to be Star Trek, and for me personally, it just never made it. It just didn't make it. Do you know what would have helped? What would have helped is if they actually showed the ships in space all the time, forever. But as I've said previously, they seem to be allergic to the whole concept of space ships. It's like, no, it's an everything ship. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop it. Stop doing this. Stop doing this. Just people, like, I know they're never going to watch this, but oh my God, people who run Star Trek, like, just mentally, psychically, whatever, get this message. Stop putting ships in atmospheres. Stop it. No. Unless it's specifically designed to do that. Stop doing that. Oh my god! Oh my god! It hurts. It hurts thinking. I'm trying to think about something else Star Trek to basically erase the images that are happening in my brain right now. It's like it really is annoying. I like that you can tell which direction the Star Trek, the ST ships are facing. Very distinctive. ST. Do you mean just Star Trek ships? Just yeah. Fun fact about that. Maybe, however, they actually like flip around the models all the time. They redesign them sometimes, but they flip around a lot of the models and or just parts of the model that are just like flipped around versions of some parts of ships and stuff. And they used to reuse those kit bashed versions of alien ships all the time. The D'Deridex, for example, has been used for so many ships, including CG versions in Enterprise. Like, oh my god, it's crazy. Also, another bonus fun fact: the Enterprise was originally going to be upside down. Like, it was originally going to like fly across the screen upside down. Like that's how they wanted that to be. It is weird. Like they were going to have that orientated that way. Like that's how the ship was going to be laid out, with deck one, the top of the ship, being in engineering somewhere. You know, it's like it's crazy. It's just so crazy. They also designed the Defiant to do that as well, but I feel like that's just a kind of like, yeah, we were going to do that, but it's, I mean, it's very clearly always, it was always going to look weird if they did that. You know, it always clear the Defiant, the Miranda class. Sorry, the Reliant. Is it the Reliant? Yes, the Reliant. Wrath of Khan. Yeah, when you first see the Miranda class, like they keep saying that that was going to be upside down, and I'm like, I don't believe you. It's just that the sled looks way better than the upside down sled look. You know, ironically, that has also become a class of ship. You can actually find that somewhere as well. But also, the upside, you know, the Miranda class is always meant to be that way. Like it's very clearly always meant to be that way. It's just yeah. But yeah, the Enterprise itself was going to be upside down, and they even kind of like did the model upside down. Like everything was, they built a model of it, and they were doing the paintwork when essentially I can't remember who exactly it was, but somebody kind of like had a, they described the scene like this. They had a couple of beauty shots of the ship unpainted, and they were on somebody's desk, and when a higher up, one of the higher ups, maybe even Gene Roddenberry himself, walked into this office, he saw the pictures upside down and was like, that looks way cooler. Is it too late to do it upside down? And then they were like, we just started painting it. Fuck. So they flipped it. They flipped it, and apparently they added like a couple of extra details to it. They shot that, and then they did like the second pilot, in which they actually like built a whole new Enterprise, like for that one. So yeah, one that was actually designed to be that way up. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I know Star Trek trivia. It's crazy, crazy. Why would I not know Star Trek trivia? I don't always remember names, and I don't remember names and star dates and stuff like that. But like general trivia of Star Trek and the way things work in specific, you know, to be specific. That's what I meant to say. is my strong points. If you want somebody like during the sci-fi convention, I would love to be on the game show because they used to do game shows at the sci-fi convention, like on stage when there was nobody talking. There would be when there was no guest speakers. There would be they would make like game shows and stuff where you'd be on like a panel, and it would be your team against another team, and it would just be like basically a quiz ball, but with Star Trek questions or Star Wars questions or just general sci-fi questions. And the Star Trek ones, I always wanted to be on one of the teams. And I always had, just in case somebody asked, I always had the whole thing of like, I'm great with technology and general trivia, but I'm not good with names, dates. What was the other thing that I'm absolutely rubbish at? I'm not good with names and dates, basically. Names, dates, and prefix numbers, and registry numbers. I don't remember everybody's prefix and registry number. Some people got these questions right. Who the fuck? Who the fuck memorizes that crap? Wow. I basically know one registry number. I used to know Voyager's and the Intrepid's registry number, but yeah, I know 1701 ABCD EFGHIJ. There's so many letters. I just realized, because we're on what? We're on A, B, C, D, E, F. Right? G. Technically, yeah, G. So, and we know that there's going to be a J at some point. So, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, H, I, J. So we got 3 missing ones, 3 missing enterprises before we get to Apparently, there's a Voyager J as well, though. Like in the distant future, there's a Voyager J as well. So that just makes me wonder. Like, I've seen the Voyager A and I've seen the Voyager B, but I've not seen like any of the others. They got so many different designs to pick from now. So yeah, the Voyager A looks just a bit too. I don't know. Futurized, animated. How do I put it? It feels like it's lost a lot of the functionality and the redundancies. They just made it bigger. It feels like they just made like the Intrepid class bigger and pointier. It feels pointier somehow. Let me see if I can actually get a picture of the Voyager A up. I need to actually search for Voyager A. I don't have one on my computer. I do not have a reference picture on my computer. Yeah, images. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's the cells don't even move. I know that's been that has not been a problem for a while now. It just doesn't feel like this thing can fly in an atmosphere and land and stuff. It looks pretty. I mean, it looks nice. Lamar class. A Lamar class. Yeah. I know what's wrong. I know what's winding me up a little bit. They've literally taken an Intrepid class and a Sovereign class and just slammed them together. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. The nacelles look a bit too close together as well. Am I being too harsh? I feel like I'm being too harsh. Oh, the Voyager A original that they were going to go with, that looks a bit better. It does look a bit too squished. They've really flattened it out. They've merged the two whole sections, you know. Like it, I feel like it wasn't that merged before. I better look at the chat because I might be missing some stuff that people are saying. But yeah, some of the concept designs are pretty cool. None of them keep the cool moving nacelles. I've noticed none of them do. No, the Intrepid class is still my favorite. That did not persuade me. Ew. So I just seen one of the design concepts. I think this was on Star Trek Online even. Almost looks like an Excelsior tried to have sex with an Intrepid class. Yeah, I'd share my screen, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, if I was to acknowledge the existence of the Voyager J, then I'd have to acknowledge the existence of Discovery, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. It's inconsequential. It is bullshit. Like I'm not acknowledging the existence of the of Discovery. I'm not acknowledging the existence of the burn and stuff. In order to watch Starfleet Academy, which I really want to, I want to try to like it. I want to try to like it. Starfleet Academy is the new show coming out, by the way. Is it next year, or is it? I thought it was like supposed to be the end of this year, but we're at the end of this year, so yeah. But oh my god, it's set in the future, and it's like right after Discovery. And I know this is going to be referred to Discovery so much, but I don't want to. I don't want to hate the show, you know, because Robert Picardo and Paul Giamatti are in it. I like those guys in sci-fi stuff. I really like Paul Giamatti. I really don't want. I don't want it to suck. It already sounds like it's like his character's going to suck a little bit, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best. Paul Giamatti, by the way, perfect. He's the perfect casting for a Tellarite. Like fucking nailed it for a Tellarite. However, he's a half Tellarite, half Klingon. I just feel like that's unnecessary, you know? Why don't we have a Tellarite be a major character in Star Trek? But no, they have to fuck with the Klingons some more. Just leave the Klingons alone. Leave them alone, you know? have them accidentally blow themselves up again. You know? They haven't. Don, you know they haven't. You know they haven't. You know they haven't. You know they haven't. Okay? You know it. You just know that you know it's gonna hurt me. You know it's gonna hurt me. You can feel it, can't you? You can feel it like I can feel it. Like I'm trying to be optimistic, but there's a big growing part of me that is just like it's gonna suck so hard. You know it's gonna fuck it up. You know they're so close to fucking it up already, and every single thing that I hear coming out of that show is just like that's another point away from it. And it's like, how many points does it even have? It doesn't even have anything going for it apart from two people that I happen to like. The rest of it is garbage. Oh my god, I know this has just been me ranting about Star Trek now, but okay. From the get-go, why it's gonna suck. Almost 80 years ago. Jesus Christ. Wait. No, 60. It's 60. Almost 60 years ago, or over 60 years ago now. Yeah. Star Trek First Class was proposed. They wanted to see Starfleet Academy. They wanted to see it. They wanted to see a show based on Earth dealing with cadets and cadet problems, and maybe some major threats and whatever. Basically, the Spider-Man of the Star Trek universe. Low level threats dealt with on Earth about just like that the students can basically, or the students and the teachers and whatever can basically like work together to solve. What do they call that? Like man on the street problems or something. When they're referring to Spider-Man, it's like ground level problems as opposed to big galactic problems. It's kind of like that. Like that was proposed back in the 60s, when they were basically trying to find their footing after Star Trek was cancelled the first time. They were like, we could just redo Star Trek, or we could go for a different idea of Starfleet, like younger, basically like show how Kirk and everybody met. It's like that idea got put on hold for 40 years, 40 plus years, basically. Like, it was briefly shown in the 2009 Star Trek, right? But the idea still lingered. They were still like thinking of basically somebody all has basically for 60 plus years, somebody has had the idea to make Star Trek but high school, basically college Star Trek. They were going to do college Star Trek. Like somebody's had college Star Trek based on like Starfleet Academy for 60 plus years, right? And it was going to be awesome because it was going to be so different. Star Trek had never been on like a base or like just like a stay in one place kind of like location thing. They did try that with Deep Space Nine, but they did veer away from that a lot. Like over half of the episodes of Deep Space Nine from season 5 onwards took place not on Deep Space Nine, and it's like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm kind of okay with that, but this would still be different because it's on Earth. It's local. It's incredibly local. Star Trek has never done this before, and yeah, it's going to be great. And it's like, okay, somebody picked up this idea. They didn't do a lot with it, but at the time, Star Trek was doing Discovery. So it was going to be the original concept. When the idea was first picked up, it was going to be set on Earth with Kirk and Spock and everybody, like all of the old crew and everything, basically in Starfleet Academy or teaching in Starfleet Academy or something. Kirk himself was actually like an actual professor in Starfleet Academy before he was on the Enterprise. Like in the first episode where we see Kirk ever chronologically, he actually is like the guy that turns superhuman, basically is talking to Kirk about how like he was a lieutenant in Starfleet Academy, like he taught a few classes in Starfleet Academy and stuff like that, and it's like, I want to see that, Kirk. That sounds cool. You know, this idea was kind of picked up and they were going to run with it. However, there was some behind the scenes bullshit to do with like the showrunners of Discovery and the producers of Discovery and stuff like that, and they wanted to basically just like take it out of the current timeline and just put it far in the future, so that basically, because it was going to be connected to Discovery, or it was always going to be connected to Discovery somehow, even if it was just a jumping off point, like Strange New Worlds was and stuff. So yeah, they took the concept into the future, into the far future. This meant that Starfleet Academy was going to be in an unfamiliar time. So that's already one big point removed from Starfleet Academy. One of my hopes, one of many people's hopes, was already completely destroyed and dashed in Starfleet Academy. So whatever, it's going to be set in the future. It's going to be entirely new. At least we're going to get the down to earth kind of like a simple storytelling with like college drama, maybe even a few threats on like the San Francisco area or whatever, and stuff. Maybe, I mean, like that's still interesting. The whole thing is going to be set on Earth, and it's going to take place mostly on Earth. It's gonna have like really cool kind of like, we get to explore Earth in 1,000+ years, you know, and that's going to be really interesting. Nope. Apparently, Starfleet Academy, the whole thing is just a big spaceship. Take another one down, another point lost. So it's not going to be a new concept that's mainly going to have stories based on Earth and stuff like that. Awesome. At least it's going to be a lot of college-based like drama and stories and all of that stuff. At least that's going to happen. Even if it's on a spaceship, there's going to be some hilarious comedy, like hilarious cool stuff is going to happen. Like it's going to be a more down to earth story. Nope, the main bad guy is going to threaten Starfleet and the future of the Federation. Another point down. So what's left? What's left of the original concept? It's going to be called Starfleet Academy. They've already fucked it up. They've already fucked it up. They have not learned from Picard. Picard was awful. They kept getting really good stuff right. Like everything Q was perfect. The Borg, even in the second season, was perfect. Borg Queenie, I love her. In the second season, Borg Queenie, and all of the random twisty bullshit that was happening with that, like, loved it. You know, literally everything else though was garbage. Everything was garbage. Do you know why the bar on the bar? Do you know why the lounge on the Enterprise D was called 10 forward? Do you know why? Do you know why this was? Oh my god, it hurts to think about saying the words. Wow. Okay. It's because Guinan, in the past, on Earth, in the distant past for her, like in her distant past, she had a bar that was called Forward, and it was on 10th Street. That's why the bar on the Enterprise D is called 10 Forward. Oh, fuck you, Picard. Fuck you, Picard. Fuck you. It has nothing to do with the fact that the forward lounge is on deck 10. It's in the forward section on deck 10. The forward section of deck 10 becomes Guinan's personal bar, apparently, and she names it 10 forward. Just random coincidence that it's the forward lounge on deck 10. Fuck you, Picard. They erase, in season 1, they erase the whole point of The Measure of the Man. One of the really decent episodes of The Next Generation. One of the really decent courtroom dramas, bottle episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. It was so good. It was regularly voted some people's favorite episodes. It's erased. The whole point of the episode is erased by the existence of season 1 of Picard. Fuck you, Picard. Just, oh my god, and it's so pandery as well. All of Picard is so pandery. It's like, we don't know if we're doing this right, so we're gonna throw in some nostalgia. Huge spoilers coming up. Huge spoilers coming up right now. So forgive me. In, like, is it the last episode or is it the second from last episode? So, do you remember the giant mushroom? Do you remember Space Dog, the giant mushroom? My favorite. It's like one of my favorite space stations ever. It's if not the favorite. Like, oh my god, I fucking love Space Dog. It's so classic. It's also one of those designs that no matter what angle you look at it from, it's beautiful. You know, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people like the Constitution class and the Constitution class refit, is that, like, no matter what angle you look at it from, it kind of looks super pretty. You know, just like it does. It's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. You know, well, Space Dock, you know, warning. Space doors are closed. Warning, space doors are closed. And now, Mr. Scott. So, the doors. Hi, sir, I'm working on it. Oh, and the noise that happens from the console. You know, his access code that he keeps trying. Like those tones are burned into my memory. Sometimes they just happen. Sometimes they just happen at random when I'm just like cooking something or something. I'm like, where the fuck have I heard this before? I know I have. And then like everybody on my bridge crew basically looks through the files and they're like they find this one vid clip and put it up on the main viewer. My head is a Starfleet bridge. And they put it up on the main viewer, and it's like this scene, and it's always so funny. But it's like, why now? Why? Where did I hear these tones? What the fuck? Anyway, do you remember Space Doc? My my baby's mother. You know, the Intrepid class that like is my baby. Space Dog would definitely be my baby's mother. You know, like that's Space Dog is so pretty and I love her and that's where I'd love to live. You know, like I wouldn't give a crap about like getting a house somewhere on a planet. You know, I would, I probably would have to do that. I think everybody has to do that. But my primary residence, I will try to make it Space Dog because oh my god, if I lived in Star Trek universe, like, oh my god, I love that so much. Well, you got the big hanger mushroom on top, right? Like underneath that is shuttle bay lots of shuttle maintenance and living quarters and all of that stuff. And then you got this bulb, this kind of like dome that connects the two sections. Like you have this thing. This is a park. It's a park and it's got an amphitheater and it's got stadiums in it and stuff like that. It's basically a big outdoor space indoors under a dome, just here, just underneath the big mushroom, and then there's that dome bit. That's what that is. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's got a lake. It's got a swimming pool. There's like there's a rugby/football pitch. You know, like I said, there's an amphitheater. There's an outdoor amphitheater. It's beautiful. Yeah, they get rid of that. Space Dock has been made into a museum. In the last season, it's revealed of Picard. It's revealed that Space Dock has been made into a museum, and this park dome section has been made into a hangar, which is impossible, by the way, because like running through the center of the giant mushroom is the spine. It's kind of like it's a giant collection of turbo lift shafts, kind of like almost a train system because they're really big turbo lifts. Turbo lift shafts and like it's got utility lines and stuff going right through it. So you can't get rid of that. That's integral to the operation of the system of the whole station. So yeah, not only did they get rid of the park, but somehow they've neutered the fucking space dock, because at the bottom of this we've got the more living quarters and more utility stuff, including hospitals and stuff. Um, and then you've got like the big ball at the bottom, and that is fuel storage and a fusion reactor. They seem to do this in Star Trek. They put like really important shit at the very bottom of their space stations. Really, really vulnerable parts, but whatever. So yeah, they've fucked over canonically. They've fucked over my favorite space station. God damn it. I kind of assumed that she was still up there, in the Star Trek universe, that Space Dog was still up there. It was just up there always. It's always going to be up there. Like even in the future. Like it's hard to imagine Earth without the giant mushroom. This thing was huge, by the way. You could definitely see this thing from the surface of the Earth. you looked up, you could definitely see Space Dog. It was absolutely gigantic. It's gone. It's not there anymore. In the Picard series, it's replaced by a new Space Dog. They don't even give it a new name or anything. It's just a Space Dog. And it looks ugly as fuck. Sorry. I'm being too worked up about this, but it does look really bad compared to the elegance of the giant mushroom. This thing looks awful. They tried to keep it. They tried to keep a big, kind of like a big hangar section. In fact, that hangar section is gigantic because the Enterprise F flies out of it. So, yeah, whatever. So it's gigantic. It's a big hangar, and then underneath, immediately underneath it, is something that resembles the big kind of internal park thing. Although this time it doesn't make sense because off either side of this thing are two semi-transparent domes. So I think those are also modules, habitation dome modules, which is fine. I just wish that they wouldn't do that if they got like one big one already, because this looks stupid. And then just a little storage tank area underneath it. It just looks awful compared to the giant mushroom. All hail the giant mushroom. So yeah, like that nailed it for me. That was it. It was like, well, they made her into a museum. Okay. I can be okay with this. I can. But then they broke her, and I was like, nope. That was it for me for Picard. I was like, you can't. Yeah, there's nothing redeemable about Picard after this. There's just like this was their last chance to win me over, and like they nearly did it by showing the Intrepid class and showing Voyager and playing her music a little bit, and it was like, I feel that attempt to pander to me, but in the very next episode, they open the doors to the Hangar 15 or whatever they call it, and it's like, that's not a hangar. That's not a hangar. Stop! No, that's not a hangar. You're venting that compartment. Don't vent that compartment. That's the main compartment. They destroyed my Space Dog. They ripped my home out of my grasp. Anyway, oh my god. They also introduced a really cool character, and I really liked him. And then and then they got rid of him in season 2. They completely forget about the Borg in season 2 as well. Basically, I swear the seasons, they forget about each other. They forget a lot about each other. Even within their seasons, they forget about stuff. Within their own seasons, they forget about stuff. Spoiler alert, a little bit again, but Picard discovers something huge about his past, right? This means that he has to go off and basically he's rekindled a relationship with this woman from his past. And, by the end of Picard, they are basically a family. They are a family. They are making plans to basically like be a family and rekindle their relationship and all of that stuff. That is lovely. That's a lovely sentiment. What about the Romulan chick? that you were spending your whole life with. The rest of your life was going to be with this really nice Romulan chick that you basically that is waiting for you. That is just that she's just waiting for you. You know. Yeah, she never gets mentioned. At least I don't remember her ever getting mentioned, like at all. Like once he leaves her, he doesn't talk to her ever again. He doesn't talk about her ever again. Oh my god. Fuck you, Picard. Fuck you. I'm still surprised that you don't remember Space Dog. Space Dog. Giant mushroom Space Dog. Do I have a picture of Space Dog? I'm gonna see if I got like a picture of Space Dog. I'm pretty sure I do have at least a Starbase picture or something. Giant mushroom. Where are you, giant mushroom? Giant mushroom. Mushroom. I can't see the chat while I'm doing this, so feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Or like talk to me about something else or whatever. It's okay. You're allowed. Do I have an LCAR system display for Space Dog? I don't think I do. No. I have a manual, a Starfleet database input of a starbase that is based off of the giant mushroom, which actually shows you a cross section and everything. But I'm just looking for an actual picture of Space Dog because it's so cool. If I don't have a picture of Space Dog, I'm going to be really annoyed. I've got other space stations. Right, there's the blueprints of Space Dog, but where is the picture? Nope. It's not in here. Like this is a blueprint of a starbase. It's Space Dog. It's basically Space Dog. It's got the exact dimensions of a Space Dog. But here is the bulb. This is the bulb part underneath the big mushroom. And as you can see, it's got like a bunch of stuff in it. It's like you don't know which. It was introduced in. Was it this? Was it the Search for Spock? That Space Dog was introduced. This part is the most. Like this will be the most familiar because this the bulb was never on the screen. You know, the inside of the bulb was never on the screen. But this part would be the most familiar. So because you have the space doors and you have even the Enterprise is in there, like a Constitution class is in there, and Like even an Apollo class. Is that an Apollo class? I can't remember what that's called. It's got different names. But But yeah, I think it's in The Search for Spock, and it's been in every single movie since then. Like every single classic movie, it's been in since then. So yeah. But that's the inside of Space Dock. Seriously, I'm trying to find a picture or something. It was being chased by the Enterprise was being chased by the Excelsior, if you remember that. Well, they were in Space Dock, so that was also The Search for Spock, wasn't it? Okay, eyeball. Why? Why? Oh, an eyelash. Okay. It's excused then, I guess. Okay, what the fuck? I think this file was missing or corrupt or something because it's just not showing up. I definitely had a picture of it because I remember it being on the background of my screen at least once. Yep, it's not there. Son of a bitch. Oh wow, okay. I do have an LCAST display of Space Dock. Because I wasn't looking for it. Like this is the new updated gigantic version of Space Dock. That's I think this is Starbase. This is a Starbase because they wanted to reuse the Space Dock model, but they couldn't really use the Space Dock model because the size difference of the 42 decks of the Galaxy class would not fit. It would not fit in Space Dock. It's just like everything is just too big to fit in Space Dock. But that's all the models that they had for a potential Starbase, and they really wanted a shot of the Enterprise coming into dock, the Enterprise D coming into dock, but because it was so gigantic, that would mean that Space Dock would be absolutely ridiculously huge. Like to make a Starbase this big in space would be just, it would kind of be impossible. like we're getting to small moon territory with the sizes here. You know, we're getting to Death Star levels almost, and it's crazy big how this space dog would have to be to fit that in it. So in my head canon, they don't use that. That never happened, and it's just a regular space dog, and it attached itself on the outside somehow. But yeah, the bulb in this one isn't filled up with a park or anything, which it should be. And even the shuttle bay maintenance. Excuse me. The shuttle bay maintenance compartments are filled with spaceships. That's how gigantic this thing must be. But yeah, I do not have a picture of Space Dog. That's so annoying. Like all I've got is the L-casters and stuff. I'm pretty sure I did have a picture of Space Dog. I just can't find it on my computer. I'm gonna have one more try to look for it. I think it might be in a different folder. Oh, okay. What's that? That is Floston Paradise. Oh, those are different ships from the Fifth Element. This is years ago when I actually had my my regular channel, not my Berry channel. I can't find it. I feel like it is in this folder that I'm looking for right now, but the problem is this folder, the thumbnails are really teeny weeny. Whatever. Ooh, I know what I can do. Would it be? Is there a GIF of it? Ew, the new space dock is. There's a GIF of it. Of the new space dog, but there's not one of the old one. Oh wait, there is. I'm just trying to find another. Like if there's a better angle, because it's you can only see the very top of space dock in that shot. Probably going to find the shot where you can see the underside of it. Like, well, that's not helpful. It just looks like a big ring instead of the giant mushroom. Because it looks like a giant mushroom. Right, if you go onto Discord, then like in the live chat extra, you can see a bit of the outside of Space Dock. You can see the new Space Dock, which looks stupid. I'm sorry, it looks stupid compared to my baby, my giant Space Dock. My giant mushroom Space Dock. Is that it? Yeah, that's the best I can have. I'm sure I had like a shot of the Excelsior coming down as well. There we go. So yeah, if you go onto if you go onto Discord, then you can see you can see Space Dog. Also, lights don't make sense. The new Space Dog has lights going to the door opening when the doors are opening because something's about to come out. And it's like, no. Doing this means that you're inviting things into the opening. You're saying that it's all clear for you to park your ship outside of so that the doors can open and you can put your ship in. They should be, doing that to show that. Oh. Sorry, pet peeves. Also, it's on Picard, so of course they couldn't get that right. But yeah, what are your problems? Do you have a problem with Picard as well? What is your gripe with the Picards? Come on, let's share each other's pain. Never watched it, but I've heard nothing positive about it. Oh, fuck you. Not you. Like, god damn it is what I meant to say. Dude. Okay, what's the most annoying thing that you've heard about it? Like, I can totally spoil the Q thing. Because I didn't get this. The whole Q thing was like, I just thought that he was going crazy and stuff. But he actually has really good character motivations. And somebody pointed this out to me, and I was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense now. Totally, General vibes I get is it misses the point of Star Trek. Yes. Yep, basically. They can't even get the name of the exact time of the Romulan supernova correct. It's action heavy and pointless. No. Like, it's action heavy, yes. I would say that it's pointless, but it seems to be actively trying to hurt Star Trek. You know, it's not providing a new take on things. It's not making any new points. You know, it's not even harmless nostalgia. You know, it's like taking Star Trek and kind of like saying that all of that stuff that you watched, like all of that, you know, all of that, like 50 years of awesomeness, it's garbage. Here's what really happened. It's like, fuck you. That's kind of what Discovery did. It kind of picked up on Discovery's kind of like, you know, we hate Starfleet, we hate the future vibes, and just went with it. You know? And why do they keep Raffi? I want to get rid of her so much. She's pointless. She is pointless. I really want to watch a series of competent people doing competent things. Anything else that kind. Lower Decks. Apart from them all sleeping in a hallway, Lower Decks. And the ship not making any real sense of how it works. Lower Decks. Lower Decks. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like it does occasionally. You get you. Oh my god, it kind of nails Star Trek because like I'm sorry, spoilers for people who haven't seen Lower Decks, but you get in you get basically everybody in Starfleet kind of like acting competently and positively and like very much about Starfleet, you know, and very up about Starfleet. You also get like Lower Decks because it's animated means that they can actually include things that they could never include before. So we do get some aliens that are included in it that we could never include before, including some non-aliens, like the whole cetacean operations thing. It's like they always wanted to do that, and they actually depict it in a very cool way, and I'm okay with that. You know, it's like, yeah, you get to see parts of the ship that you never get to see before. I mean, it's just like stuff you get to see, like all of the cool stuff that you could never show in live action, which is really good. You know, it's not rewriting Starfleet. It's not like it doesn't presume to basically like try to make everybody seem dark and gritty and like they had an underlining agenda. Nobody seems to be apologizing for anything. You know, anything that Starfleet did in the past, which is fine in my opinion. You know, it's like it's you. In fact, you have people defending Starfleet most of the time. You have that positivity going on with the whole thing. You know, it's like even it's just so neat. It's just so good. It's so annoying that like you even get the bad admiral, the trope of like every admiral, every other admiral in Starfleet is bad. You know, that was a trope throughout all of like the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, even to a slight extent with Voyager. But I mean, like you mostly got good admirals in Voyager, um, mainly because of the premise of Voyager. It's like you don't really see any admirals. Um, you basically only see like one or two, and that one is pretty good. But yeah, like every other admiral in Starfleet is bad. You know, almost to the point where that nearly all of them have at least a little bit of badness in them. Wasn't the wasn't the main admiral in Deep Space Nine during the Dominion Wars? Wasn't he basically like? I seem to remember a Deep Space Nine episode, a couple of them actually take place on an Intrepid class starship, and the whole plot of that was that we find out that the admiral that we've been dealing with for the Dominion Wars um, has a little bit of dirt. He has a little bit of a dark side. He doesn't he fake an aneurysm or something? Again, super spoilers, but it is like 20 years old or something now. you know. But yeah, it has that. Lower Decks has that in it. It's got the tropes, not just for a callback, but for like a cool story reason. You know, there's a lot of Lower Decks that basically, and Strange New Worlds, that's pretty good. They only have like two things each. They only have like two things each that I don't like about the Lower Decks and Strange New World. There's just two. There's just a couple. Just two. And yeah, Strange New Worlds. Look, watch that. That one's pretty good too. Yeah. The things I don't like about Strange New Worlds is that they make fun of Spock way too much. Like he's a bit of a punching bag. He does look. They do make him look like an idiot a lot, and also the ship in the first episode of Strange New Worlds flies in the atmosphere and hovers. Do you want me to go on about that again? Because I will. With Lower Decks, they do suffer the fate of a lot. It's a lot of Star Trek. There's a few. This happens occasionally in Star Trek that they end up dealing with almost universe ending problems. Like it's up to this one ship to defend the universe from this one problem, and that happens a couple of times, it feels like, in the Lower Decks. It's not enough to make me really annoyed at it, but it's noticeable, especially in the last season. The Lower Decks does deal with like at least one universe ending problem, and it's like a big one. Discovery did this all the time. Every single one of their seasons seemed to be a universe ending problem. So yeah, but then again, I do not like Discovery. So whatever. The other problem with the Lower Decks is that people don't sleep in corridors on starships. They don't. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. I don't care. Like every single one of those scenes where you have like them interacting in the the hallway beds, the bunks, every single one of those scenes, in my brain I edit that so that they're in a locker room, because I know where the lower deckers sleep. It's not in corridors. Like, that's just something that the lower decks got wrong. It's not in corridors. It's a bunk room, and even ensigns, like, that's only for crewmen. Even ensigns, they share with other ensigns, sure, but like the bunk rooms are only for the crewmen and the security guys, and even then, only the lower ranking security guys. The ensigns of the security teams, they get their own quarters. Again, they have to share with people, but there's still like maybe four. They have to share with like maybe four people. You know, like that's the max. 4 or 5 people maximum. They have to share like quarters with, and that's ensigns. You know, and that's on smaller ships. The Cerritos is huge. It's like, yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible that they would be made to sleep in a hallway. I'm not buying it. You can't make me. So yeah, that's those are the two major things, you know, of the lower decks. Oh, sorry, there was three things I hate about Strange New Worlds. It was a spin-off of Discovery. Like, I really hate that that's its origin, that it was officially a spin-off of Discovery. That Strange New Worlds is officially that. Like, I hate that. I hate that a lot. Yeah. Like, yes, it was kind of originally planned. They basically brought in Ensign Mount. The guy who plays Pike. They brought him into Discovery. He did really good because they were thinking about doing Star Trek Strange New Worlds. He did really, really good. Like, awesome, in fact. So they were like, yep. I mean, that was basically a test. We're keeping him. So that's how we got Strange New Worlds. It's like, when Discovery came out, it was kind of a test to see if people would be okay with them changing Star Trek. They weren't okay with people changing Star Trek, but whatever. So that they can release Strange New Worlds. It didn't go well in season 2 of Discovery. They brought in Pike. Pike did so good that it completely officially greenlit Strange New Worlds. So yeah. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, if you want to watch positive, like, actual Star Trek, I would be okay with the slightly indestructible ship of Star Trek: The Strange New Worlds, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, or the lower decks. Well, or the lower decks. You know, like, those are 2 good Star Treks. Yes, I know they have officially been kind of like over now, but whatever. I need to sit down and watch that sometimes. What, Strange New Worlds? Have you not watched it at all? It's good. It's season 1 did really well, and I think it deserved that. The season 2 was a little bit iffy, but it's building momentum. Like, it was as good as season 1, and it built momentum. However, there are like 1 or 2 off episodes, but there is a crossover episode with the lower decks, and you've definitely got to watch that. And season 3, which just came out, was pretty good. Like, it did veer a bit too into the comedy. Like, it felt like it was getting too serious with a couple of episodes. Then it veered into some comedy, to kind of lighten the mood, and then it veered into something serious, and then it veered into some comedy again, but then it really ended on like huge, big, badass kind of like just story, just lore and story and stuff like that. And I don't think it was that bad of an ending story. And I'm the guy that basically is mostly watching Star Trek for the science fiction and the spaceships and stuff. So yeah. You did, Panda Fox. I was going to leave soon because I've been on for nearly 2 hours, and I was only going to be here until like 1 o'clock, and it's now 1:20 in the UK. So yeah. Also, it's raining, and I hate talking over that because I can't really hear myself speak. So yeah, Strange New Worlds. It's worth it. It's worth it. Oh, there is one character that pisses me off. Not really for any real specific reason. It's mostly because it's not McCoy. I don't know why it's not McCoy, but there's still something about this character that is just like forced, and I don't know. It feels like they keep trying to shove him in all the time. It's the Doctor, and also I can't understand sometimes what he says. His voice is so breathy that it's and strange sounding sometimes that it just I can't make out the words. Yeah, like they keep making him almost a Kirk character, but also he's incredibly serious all the time. Like even when he's joking, it kind of doesn't really feel like he's joking, and it's just so much. There's just so much of him as well. He seems to be forced into every episode, whereas other characters sometimes you just don't see them at all. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird that they keep trying to push this Doctor, even though we know he's gonna fuck off soon, because he's going to be replaced by Dr. McCoy. He's not the yeah. It's annoying. But he's the only really annoying character for me. Like they just seem to put him in every episode, and it's like I wanted to see more of the Andorian engineer guy. He was cool. I like him. They basically got this Andorian he's an Enar, which is a blind Andorian, but he can telepathically see. He does a Daredevil, like so he can basically see. So what's the point of him being blind if he can basically see? Like that's not a superpower. That's just taking away one sense and giving it back again in a different way. Anyway, it's a really, really cool. Oh my god, it's got great casting because number one, the first officer is played by Rebecca Romaine. Is that her name? I love her. She's so good. Oh, she's so good in all of it. There's one episode where they basically they change her hair to the point where it's so distracting because it's never been any different than it was, and all of a sudden it's like it's in this kind of like Amazonian opera singer kind of like on stage, and they also give her extra makeup for some reason, and it's like, did she just come off of like a big musical number or something on something else? But it's so distracting. It's like it looks like her hair has been, because it's done up and it's like wrapped around in a braid. Her head. I don't know what they were doing, but it's like it's so distracting on a very very weak episode as well. It's like we didn't need this extra distraction. It's so strange. Anyway, um, yeah, like she plays Mystique, by the way, in the original X-Men films. So, like, she's cool. I like her. I like Rebecca Romijn. But yeah, and of course, there's like problems with Spock, but I already mentioned that because Spock's in it. They also have Kirk. There's no real problems with Kirk. Sorry, spoilers. But like, Kirk's brother is in Strange New Worlds, basically from the very beginning. So Sam Kirk is always in it from the very beginning, and he's funny. I like him. He's cool. He's funny. I like him. You know, and spoilers, kind of. It's in a bunch of the advertisements, so you probably already saw it, like one of those. But Kirk is in Strange New Worlds, and like he does a pretty good job as being Kirk. Like that's a good modern interpretation of that character, you know, because he was very 60s. Like as much as I like Shatner's Kirk, there's too much 60s kind of like sliding off of him in all of his acting in the original series. You know, the Kirk from the original series is not the Kirk from the movies, from the original series movies. Like those two Kirks aren't the same. Like one is very much like acting as if he's on a TV show, a low budget sci-fi TV show in the 60s. Like that's, and the other one is clearly in a movie. Like that Kirk is clearly in a movie, you know. They're two different people, but this Kirk, he feels like he's a real character. And that's probably because he's from our era, you know. It's our era's Kirk, and he actually does feel like this is a real person, you know. Like this isn't really acting. He's not being like 60s misogynistic or anything. So yeah, like that's a really good Kirk. And of course Pike, that's really good casting for Pike. It's like yeah, it's gotten to the point where whenever I see that actor in something else, I'm always like, oh, cool, it's Pike. Like he's time traveled in the past or whatever. It's like, oh my god, he time traveled in the past and got superpowers and then blew his own head off. Liquefied his own brains. Cool. Not how he was going to die, but whatever. Anyway, right. Is there anything anybody wants to ask me or say to me before I go? Now is the time. I'll tell you what, you got until I finish uploading the next picture, because I haven't done that today because my phone has been on charge and I've been out to dinner. Are you going to post the art you're working on publicly? Because it's my family, Probably not. Yeah, because it's actually like because it's my family, it's one of my cousins basically, and her family. So it's like when I did the picture of my mom, I didn't post that. I don't think I posted that. I'm sorry, do you have a problem with me not wanting to share like all the artwork that I do? Because there's a lot of people that don't want me to like show off their pictures. They either have it for just themselves or they want to pick when they post it. And often when they post it, I don't bother reposting it. So yeah, I usually just point out where you can find it. Husky screaming. Okay. Where did I go? What do you mean for foods? Where did I go for foods? I went to just Bella Italia, just this Italian place. It's this Italian chain restaurant here in the UK. I don't think you have it in America. Basically, our Olive Garden, I think. I mean, we don't have promotions like bottomless pasta bowls and stuff like that. But yeah, I broke a chair again. Like second time I went out to dinner, second time I broke a chair. Seems to be a thing. I'm definitely like put on a little bit of weight, by the way, because this shirt doesn't fit. It fit okay. It wasn't fit, it fit snugly before, but now it just doesn't. So something's going on. Probably find out when I get my. I'm supposed to have a liver scan and stuff, so I'll probably find out that it's like, yeah, you're bloated because you've got liver cancer. Or some shit. Discord, prepare yourself for a mundane picture of me. There we go. That was easy. You wrote two chairs, of course. Again, I don't know for sure. Panda Fox, you know this. I've been bad. I've been burned before. Kind of like at first I don't like the fact that I might have put on weight. Then I kind of get used to the fact that I probably put on weight, and then kind of like I find out that I haven't, and then I get weirdly disappointed. Like this happens all the time. Like, yeah. Anyway, the evidence that I'm probably am, but not going to get my hopes up, question mark, at all of that. Belly rubs and belly salute. But yeah, it's not really, yeah, see, but you can't really see. Just don't want to show off my crotch, even though I'm wearing panties. But like that's like they used to stay in my pants, and now they don't. Like they used to just stay on my pants, but now they don't. Oh yeah, let the tummy out. Yeah, now they definitely don't. Just lower the camera more, dumbass. I don't know. Anyway. Plus also, like, I feel like my face looks fuller, but we'll find out after I shave the beard. The beard. So yeah. Okay, now I'm definitely gonna go. So did we already do the whole? Anybody got anything else they want to ask me or talk to me about or anything? We good? Did we already lose Dawn? Where's that symbol? Oh. Neato. Okay. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be doing another live stream. Probably the day after tomorrow, but I'm not entirely sure because my mum's still here. My mum's still here. My mum got in today, so I'm going to be either working on her pictures that she wanted, or out with her doing Christmas shopping or whatever she wanted. So yeah, like whenever my mum's here, I've got to go do stuff with her because like she likes to remind me that she's not going to be here forever, etc. She has no idea. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if I'll be here the day after tomorrow. It depends. So Toodles.